uniforms that they want to wear.
Nigerian uniform, Nigerian military uniform.
Nigerian military uniform. Let me see if I can find the video. Nigerian military uniform.
And you see, bro. Yeah, right now as we speak, I think they are hell bent. The terrorists holding these people in Oyo State, they are hell bent because for more than 2 weeks now, going to 3 weeks, the Oyo State government, I think it's Shea Makinde, yeah, he's been making effort, whatever, and the federal government, Tinubu, has also stepped in, and still they continue to, they're still holding them. So, and I've seen a Yoruba elderly guy who was asking Tinubu to get international community to do this, to do that. What international community to do what? The sabotage, the saboteurs, the betrayers, the coordinators of this whole thing, they are right there inside. So if you are bringing international body, America, whatever, to help out, it's a waste of time because it's in your hand. You have decided you are part of it. The government, the Tinubu administration is part of it because the National Security Advisor is part of it. His vice president,
fully part of it, he knows.
The Shetima, the vice president, is one of them. So he's going to go and spend money to bring whatever international or to beg whatever. It's a waste of time. And if international community doesn't know, then they are also part of it because they know that the government of Nigeria is the one terrorizing the country because they have agenda which they are working on. They have agenda. This Tinubu administration is on agenda to Islamize Nigeria and to Fulanize it. That is what is going on. Because if not, there's no reason why they will not go. It's not today that they've been kidnapping people and paying ransom. They've been doing it. Yes. So if one would think that, okay, let's just say you pay this ransom now, you rescue the people, then what do? You go all out, full force, and crush everybody. Crush them, go into the forest. Because the forest of the country is not like it's an international or another country where you can't go in. You go in and take everything out. That is what you're supposed to do. But they don't do it. They won't even do it because they are using these terrorists to push the agenda of conquer, the agenda of taking land, sending people to ID camp, and they keep pushing from one state to the other. It's a continuous until they finally take over the whole country. That's what it's all about. How do you go, my brother? How do you go?
That's the video I'm playing here. That look at them. They are spraying. These are military uniform. Look at uniform, different colors.
Okay.
The desert color, the different colors. Look at them.
Yeah.
The bandits. Brand new one supplied to them. Look at it.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
And I also heard
that when they get it, they cover it on video and they send it out.
And you ask yourself, so okay, one, the boldness, right? That they are not scared, even money, they're brandishing money, and the location. Why is it that they cannot go to and meet them in that location? Why they are not even hiding? You know, but somebody want to criticize government, he will run away because they will come after you. But the terrorists who are buying people, they are showing their face, showing money, showing uniform, everything. How is that possible that the government cannot get
a brand new bike? When they buy bike, they buy new. There was a time they were even selling their guns. They bought a new supply of gun and they were selling it online.
So how is it that a serious government, if the government is not working with the overall agenda of Islamization, how is it that they cannot get modern technology to just a satellite? We call it satellite, I think, in Netherlands. You see it. You will use satellite to know where they are, the location, and flush them out. No, but they won't do that because Shetima is in charge of security, and he told the world, he told everybody that he would be in charge of security. So I mean, well, again, like I said, very dark man ran away. Now he speaks freely. He can speak freely now, and little by little, he's coming to tell you that the government knows about it, and that. So obviously, the case of Nigeria is simple. People think it's complicated. It's not complicated. It's the government. is the government of the day. Even the one before this current one, they are part of it. If you don't accept, so people need to stop deceiving themselves. They are part of it. Totally part of it. Adeboye just came out recently to
no steps were taken
to lie, you know. And this is another one, another bastard, you know.
Go ahead. Yeah. Adeboye again. What? Adeboye. Yes, I saw Adeboye. I saw Adeboye his games now.
It's lie, yo. It's lie. That thing he came out to speak is just lie. He just tried to. He lied to people.
Days now. He's calling for another 90 days.
For them to resign. The one he called before, what happened? He said before, make them give the Tinubu 90 days to sort this thing out, that if not, then America can come in. That was his word. But Tinubu did not sort it out. Rather, the situation gets even worse. And now he's calling for another 90 days for the security. These people now, these are criminals.
And when Goodluck Jonathan time, he was marching in the street. Now he's marching around his church.
Yes, wearing green and white. You remember?
Marching around his church. They say they march in the street of the church, only that it was just a prayer march. They call it prayer march, not protest too. They say prayer march. They march around the These people, let's listen to this idiot, this one. What he was saying on the issue of this kidnap in Oyo State. You will see what he said. This is another animal nonsense.
Yeah.
He did not take any action. No steps were taken. It was after all those nominations that he went to the family to visit them, that he brought somebody out, started crying, the husband of one of the women. It is sad. I can sometimes believe that this was orchestrated in a way, I'm not saying totally, by the government of Oyo State to blackmail President Tinubu.
Look at that. This is politicizing the life of human being.
Yeah.
A place where a child of 2 years old, if that child was his own child, 2 years old, what will you do? Even if they are doing it to condemn what do they call him? Tinubu. Why won't Tinubu take action and go and rescue these people? Why?
This guy, he has shown himself to be an evil man. How can you say that Sheyi Makinde, I don't know if his name is that the Oyo State governor is mastermind? Yeah, how can he say that is mastermind? If he's masterminding it, what has the president? What have they done to now mitigate against it? Nothing. The answer is not. So bro. You see this guy? These are evil bunch of people. Trust me. From where I knew that these are evil people was when some years ago he came out to say that that we shouldn't divide Nigeria because we have all intermingled, intermarried, and blah blah blah. That Igbo marry Yoruba, Yoruba marry Igbo, Hausa marry this and that. I looked at him. I said, so if we intermarry, that means we have to continue in this degeneracy. Is that what it means? We have to continue. So in this demonic entity that's never gonna serve anybody well. Is that why? So intermarry. So Yoruba person not fit marry Germany or Igbo not fit marry America. America not fit.
What of those that married in the United States, married in Asia, married in Europe, married everywhere?
So these are demons. The truth is not in them and never will be. What business does you have to that you marry somebody when be Kenya? What the fuck does that? What the heck? That you have your own country, you form your own policy, create your policy decision that will govern you and suit you, suit your culture, suit your everything. Then you live in peace with your neighbor. What is it? But you see, my dear brother,
that this was orchestrated in a way, I'm not saying totally, by the government of Oyo State to blackmail President Tinubu in a way. At the same time,
but that will be no, Governor Fauci, that's going to be a very heavy allegation, because you're talking about lives of people, we're talking about innocent children, we're talking about fathers, mothers of innocent people, alleging that a government is responsible to kidnap his own citizen.
Excuse me.
That's way off the line, don't you think, Governor Fauci?
No, I disagree.
You can't say that without any evidence. No, you can't say that, Governor Fauci. You don't have any evidence to claim that. You can't allege against a government that is intentionally kidnapping his own citizen to blackmail the federal government. No evidence to that. Do you have?
Can you wait 1 second, Shehu? I started this conversation by telling you this may be a way. And I said it may not. Politics largely has been responsible for kidnapping by what we had and what we imagined when this thing started from the north. And I want to say to you, anything is possible. If an individual can fake his own abduction, anybody can do anything, Shehu, but that's on the side, for God's sake.
Zoo.
What I'm saying to you...
No, I'm just... So, Governor Fauci, why I'm disagreeing with you is because of the sensibility of the families and the innocent people that are involved. That's why I don't want us to match on the sensibility on the sensibility.
They have been doing
the reason why I don't think that the right narrative to have on this program.
Shehu, you can disagree. It is your right to disagree. It's my right to equally state what I know. I said to you, there are options to life. Recently,
imagine. That is the kind of politics you see in Nigeria.
Yeah, Rajus.
Human life.
Yeah, Rajus. To be fair, right? To be fair, what Fayoshe is insinuating or is saying, it could be very well. Everything is possible because in Nigeria we've seen people organize. You remember how they kidnapping exactly. Even during Jonathan, the Chibok girls and the rest of it. So it's not far from the truth. But
and why is it that now they don't want to collect ransom?
Okay, you see. So, but for me, the thing is that all this whole thing are side shows. You know, they are irrelevant. Why do I say that? Is that it's not going to change anything. You kidnap today, you release tomorrow. It's not going to change. The only thing that's going to change things and put things in perspective is to do the right thing. So I expect somebody like Fayoshe to be saying the right thing rather than saying rubbish. And the right thing ought to be that this election bull crap is nothing beneficiary and never will ever have anything beneficiary. Let them do the right thing. The right thing is that get the country together and give people the opportunity in the form of referendum to go and decide. If they want this union that has elapsed over a century to continue, fine. If not, let every region go, conduct referendum, organize, and decide what to do. Because anything other than that is a waste of time. It is a waste of time. They will continue year in, year out. Meanwhile, the political elite from all the region, they don't care because they are not affected. They have this fire. That Fayoshe, when they talk, he's a million. He has lots of money in his account. He was a two-time governor. These guys are loaded financially.
You know, he was in the EFCC red book. Now they've removed him. Now since Tinubu enter now, Tinubu don't clear his record.
Because you know why? Because he's speaking for Tinubu. He's on the side of Tinubu now. That is Nigeria for you, right? So you see, a country like that. Hey God, anybody when they do Nigeria, one Nigeria, may it happen to you because you are evil human being.
You say anybody where they talk one Nigeria, may it happen to that very person.
Yeah.
May it happen to the very person because that is the only way to correct them. Because these people, if it never happened to them, they will never learn a lesson.
Never.
They will never change. The only thing that will make them change is when it happened to them.
Yeah.
They will now tell the story by themselves.
Yeah. There are many things going wrong in this country that people don't know about. There are some of us, even when we go abroad. I remember in 1989, I entered the office of my professor, my dean, Professor Wenninger. I think he's late now, in Western Germany. I entered his library. I picked a book.
Camera boogie now. You can catch Quagga for it. You know I want it.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless. Bye.
Thank you so much. God bless you too. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, my brother. Okay, my beloved brothers, let's continue on this very one. Let's hear what this man has to say. Let's make sense of what he has to say. Then we can now analyze his speech. As we are complaining and talking about issues, let's watch and see what that.
There are many things going wrong in this country that people don't know about. There are some of us, even when we go abroad. I remember in 1989, I entered the office of my professor, my dean, Professor Weniger, I think he's late now, in Western Germany. I entered his library and I picked a book and was just going through. And he came in and screamed, "Don't touch it, don't touch it. What's the problem?" He said, "It's not meant for third world countries. Those books are not meant for even Poland, not meant for East Europe. Because there are secrets there." But I was able to see a few things before they took the books from me. One, that the exchange rate of a nation is artificially fixed. Because they are political economy. Two, that no nation will ever be developed unless they have a homogeneity in one aspect of their life. The same tribe, the same religion, the same ethos, like US, which was freedom.
I want you to pay attention to this information. The secret this guy saw in a book that his professor refused him to read. That no nation succeed in homogeneity. That is why we are talking about creating country along value system. You can never mix people of different value systems together and they succeed. You know, once and now they cannot preach that message and people took it for granted. Look at somebody else confirming it that no nation can survive or grow with the kind of situation you have in Nigeria, with the kind of mixing people together. It must be people with the same value system. It must be people with the same value. I want you to pay attention to this. Pay attention to this information. Very, very important. Pay attention.
Because there are secrets there. But I was able to see a few things before they took the books from me. One, that the exchange rate of a nation is artificially fixed. Because they are political economy.
The exchange rate of a nation is political fixed. It is politically fixed. Exchange rate of every nation on the planet Earth is politically fixed. So when you are talking about exchange rate is going down, it's going up, it down, then your economy is up. All these are bookra. Listen.
Two, that no nation will ever be developed unless they have a homogeneity in one aspect of their life. The same tribe.
There must be homogeneity in one aspect of their life for any nation to survive. And this, we are talking about value system. For any nation to survive, they must have the same value system in a simple time. For any nation to survive on this planet Earth, they must have the same value system. Mazen Nani cannot make this message. He preached this message. This same message that this man is talking about. Mazen Nani cannot preach it. But people took it for granted. Nigeria will never survive. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you pretend. It will never survive. Listen.
Unless they have a homogeneity in one aspect of their life. The same tribe, the same religion, the same ethos, like US, which was freedom. But US is going to crash. The freedom has been taken too far. So freedom is what will kill US. Take note of that. Maybe dead, but you know that it's a fallen nation. No country, in those books they wrote, no country will ever develop unless they belong to the same tribe or race.
So that means there's no hope for Nigeria.
Oh, yes, no hope. There's no. Let me just put it this way. If I live too long, maybe I die at the age of 95, which is just about 30 years time. But definitely, if I get there, it'll be a miracle. But let somebody note it down so that you tell somebody after me, Nigeria will never, I'm sorry, develop. Unless there's an authoritarian regime that tie our neck together, force us to do what they want for at least a minimum of 25 years, like it was done in China. After then, you cannot begin to release freedom little by little. Otherwise, Nigeria is a country that is being, there's a tug of war where some people will hold each other that way, some people hold each other this way, then you start pulling at the center. In Nigeria, what we have is multiple pullings, multiple talks of war. 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, dragging the center. It can never develop.
Never.
Because our budgetary system is, oh, you are giving 10 roads to Edo, 10 roads to Lagos. You must give 10 roads to Bauchi, 10 roads to Gobe, 10 roads that they don't need. I was a bank manager in the 90s. When I came back from Germany, I was posted to Bauchi. You have roads tarred that only sheep sleep on them at night. And then you have donkeys on them, no motor. And they are all everywhere. Now, look at Lagos, the port that supplies the north. No rail. Because if you say, let's put rail, the northern senators and others, we insist, no way. You must put the same thing in a place that is not productive. Like the rail line Buhari built to Niger Republic. It's dead, it's big. And we borrow $1.9 billion to build it. We are paying China now. And it's not doing anything for Nigeria. If they have put it on the port, this our roads would have been saved. Roads would have lasted longer. Life would have been. Then the cost of spare parts. Again, the cost of spare parts, the things we use in maintaining a vehicle because of borrow, is higher than the total sale of Nigeria crude oil. Quote me. I may not be a professor of economics, but that.
Did you hear it? This message is, go back and rewatch it. Rewatch this message over and over again. You will understand that Nigeria will never, ever, ever survive. It does not matter what you think. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what you are thinking within your head as we are speaking now. I bet you, the earlier you understand this truth, the better for you. The earlier you understand this truth, take it for what it is, the better for you. And this is why whenever we speak, we stand on the same front, self-determination. Anybody that wants his one Nigeria can continue to pursue his one Nigeria. We don't have any business with you, but don't intercept. Don't interrupt us. Don't interrupt us that are fighting for freedom. We will continue to pursue self-determination by fire, by force, for better, for worse. We will continue to pursue self-determination. That is the only way forward. And there is nothing any human being will do on the planet Earth to make us deviate from the pursuit of self-determination to something else. Never. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Because from every indices, Nigeria will never... Look at somebody say, this one is not a Biafran that is saying it. It's not Martin that is saying it. Another person entirely saying that this is what he read from a book that his professor even preferred him to read, that the people from the third world country are not allowed to read the book. And in that book was written that your currency exchange rate is fixed. It is fixed. It's not better economy. It is fixed. And no country on the planet Earth can survive except you have the same value system. Except you have the same values, you will never ever survive. And this is why you see countries going their separate ways. And after they go their separate ways, look at Malaysia doing very well. Singapore doing very well after separation. Look at India and Pakistan. Both of them giants competing on a higher level, doing very well on their own. Bangladesh, every one of them on their own, doing very well for themselves. The same thing in the former USSR, Russia. Many countries broke out from Russia, including Finland today that is abusing the right of man to Simon. They broke away from Russia. The Finland that is abusing the right of our prime minister today broke away from Russia. And today they are doing very well. They are now proud and they can do anything they like. Abuse the right of their citizens. They don't give it up. Let them continue to deceive themselves. Let them continue to lie to themselves. But for us, those lies will never change us from who we are. Those lies will never distract us. We will continue to focus on that which we believe and know to be truth. And no amount of propaganda will pull us back. No amount of propaganda will take us back from where we are coming from. Nigeria is gone and gone for good. A demonic country. A demonic country, that doesn't mean well for anybody. A demonic country. The earlier you wake up and fight for your rights and pursue sincerity and truth, the better for you. But if you feel that lies is what you're going to continue to live into, continue to live in your life. One day, Nigeria will happen
in front of his office.
And when Nigeria happens to you, you will confirm. You will remember and say, oh, Mazen Nandekano said it. Oh, the Biafrans said it. Oh, the agitators, they cried about this, they said it. Now it is happening. The only thing that can save souls and save life today is disintegration. You haven't seen that yet. What is happening to Nigeria today? It is not yet over. It is going to be worse in time to come. Let us hear this message from Showore. Let's hear what Showore had to say.
He's a foolish man, and I'm saying that in front of his office. He's lucky that I didn't meet him here when he was saying that rubbish. Revolution now. Yes. How can you say that you should not politicize when he himself is a product of the politics of insecurity himself? So, if he had said that while I was there, I would have told him to his face that you are a foolish man and let him do his worst. But he left before I got here. First place, the same president who deployed forest guards to Oyo State is also prosecuting some forest guards in this Abuja. But ask yourself, what happened to the deployment of the 5,000 CCTV cameras in Plateau State that he promised? I watched or I listened to radio and TV today, and they said none has been provided. So when somebody has nothing to offer, they just keep making bogus promises. I mean, how long? Why do you need 1,000 forest guards when you have millions of policemen? Well, I won't say thousands of policemen who are idle, fighting fighting protesters. Why don't you just deploy these guys? Look at them, and send them over to Oyo State until they retrieve the kids. You don't let them come back instead of sending them after teachers and peaceful protesters. You see, if I could have my way, or if I would have my way, anybody who is president of Nigeria at this time should never be allowed to run in any office again based on their failure. If you're a governor of a state like Oyo State, you should not even go near the presidency. You should not collect the form to become president because you have failed already and you should not enjoy any kind of promotion, whether it's social, political. We do that in the educational sector. If you fail a class, you have to repeat it. You are not promoted to the next class. So it's very sad that people like Makinde, they always give excuses. But ask them what happened to the security fund that they quaff every month, which I'm sure is what he's using for his failed.
That is it. The complaint of Showore here is genuine. Showore is one of the persons that I still see as an activist in Nigeria who is focused on revolution, as he always says, in as much as I don't believe that revolution is going to happen in Nigeria. But he has the right to pursue whatever he's pursuing, and he's dedicated to the cause of the revolution. That is why I have no problem with him. He's committed to the cause, unlike those fake activists who are being in Nigeria, like the other one now that run to China and go and stay in China, and he's now making noise in China. Why didn't he make noise while he was in Nigeria? While he was in Nigeria, he was working for the government. He was playing the role of government. But today, he now disappeared to where we are in exile. As we are, he was one of those telling people before, yeah, come back home, come home to Nigeria and join them. Now he's in exile, talking the way we have been talking all this while. But when he was in there, when we talk, he's feel that we are talking too much. It is sad. It is sad. The situation of the Zoological Republic is a pitiable situation. And I bet you it is not going to get better any soon. It is not going to get better any soon. It is not going to get better any soon. Better prepare yourself. More terrible days are ahead. More difficult and terrible days are ahead. If you think it's over, it is not yet over. It is not yet over. You haven't seen nothing yet. I bet you have not seen nothing yet. You are going to see more difficult situation ahead of time. And I bet every one of you to try as much as possible and do your part whenever you can. Try and do your part. Another issue attracting attention in the question of insecurity, just as we are talking, insecurity in Nigeria. Across many regions, concerns about insecurity continue to affect ordinary citizens. Families want safety, communities want stability, businesses want environment where they can operate and grow. Young people want opportunity, parents want hope for their kids. These are universal aspirations. People everywhere want peace, security, and prosperity. That is why conversation about governance, human rights, justice, accountability, development remains important, and we must continue to engage in it. We must continue to engage in these conversations about governance, human rights, justice, accountability, and development. Strong societies are built when citizens feel protected, respected, and heard. But you don't find that in Nigeria. And you will never find it because it has never been a nation and will never be a nation. Now, let us talk about international engagement. Many supporters believe that international communities should continue monitoring development and encouraging respect for legal process, human rights, and democratic principles. This is what we are calling them to do. This is what we are calling the United Nations, United States, foreign countries to continue to pay attention to. Continue monitoring development and encouraging respect for legal processes, human rights, and democratic principles. Just like in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. The human rights abuse on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Simon Ekpa is enormous, even though people are not speaking about it. That is why we need more voice. We need more voice on the human rights abuse on the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Why was his evidence not admitted in the cause by the prosecutor? Why was the Finland court? Why did the Finland court refuse to admit the evidence against Nigeria in the court? That is human rights abuse. That is human rights abuse. That is abuse of legal process. International attention often plays an important role in highlighting issues that may otherwise receive visibility. This is why we are calling on international communities to pay attention. And more especially, this is why we are shouting that Mazi Simon Ekpa needs international lawyer in his case to push his human rights and make sure that Finland respect democratic principle in that very case, because they have not. They have abused the legal process. When you calculate from the time he was detained up to the time of his sentence and the process was very illegal. And we are calling on the international community to pay attention to this. They are very important. Pay attention. This is why advocacy must continue. You and I, we must continue to shout in our various platforms. Even if it is one person, to continue to speak, continue to talk, continue to shout. This is why engagement must continue. This is why awareness campaign must continue. However, we must remember something important. The future of any people cannot depend entirely on outsiders. Even when we make noise online, even when we shout and talk and call on the international communities, we should always remember that our future cannot depend entirely on outsiders. Our future cannot entirely depend on outsiders. There are things we need to do for ourselves. External attention may help create awareness. Sure. External attention may help create awareness. But lasting progress comes from within. Lasting progress comes from within the community themselves. Within the community themselves. That is where the lasting progress comes from. And that is why whoever you are, as long as you are indigenous in Nigeria, you must wake up. Stop sleeping. More especially if you're a Biafran, wake up. Do your homework. And let the international community do theirs. And Chukwu Okakabian will cement it and everything will work the way it's supposed to be. Community that organize will always prosper. Lasting progress come from within. It comes from within communities themselves. Lasting progress come from within communities themselves. Communities that organize, communities that educate, communities that build, communities that invest, communities that prepare, communities that remain united. That is why we must work on ourselves. The real progress comes with us. If we can build a community that organizes, a community that educates, a community that builds, a community that invests, we invest in ourselves, a community that prepares, we prepare ourselves, a community that remains united, we remain united among ourselves. That is where real strength comes from. That is where real strength comes from. As we move forward, Biafrans everywhere should remain focused. As we are moving forward, we are in a very interesting time. We are in a very interesting time. Very interesting time. So as we move forward, Biafrans everywhere should remain focused. Remain focused. Focused on constructive goals. Focus on education. Focus on business. Focus on technology. Focus on innovation. Focus on community development. Focus on cultural preservation. Focus on peaceful advocacy. Focus on lawful engagement. Focus on creating opportunity for future generations. Because at the end of the day, every successful movement is sustained not by passion, but also by preparation. Passion alone will not do the job. Every successful movement, like ours, the Biafra movement, every successful movement is sustained not only by passion, but also by preparation. That is why we should focus on the issues and things I mentioned. You must prepare. Preparation creates resilience. Preparation creates strength. Preparation creates sustainability. And sustainability creates long-term success. Wherever you are watching this program from. As we conclude today's broadcast, let me leave you with this message, wherever you are watching from. History has shown that informed people are powerful people. Educated people are empowered people. United people are stronger people. No matter where you live around the world, continue educating yourself. Continue educating yourself. Join programs where you can learn. There are many Biafran programs, not where you go and learn saga, not where you go and attack your brother and sister, not where you go and gossip. Join programs where you will learn, where you can engage peacefully. Continue engaging peacefully. Continue supporting your communities. Continue promoting awareness. Continue educating. Continue standing for justice, fairness, dignity, respect for human rights. Continue, don't stop. Wherever you are watching this program from. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. I appreciate you for joining today's broadcast. If you found value in this discussion, please like this stream, like the program, like it, like the live stream, share it with others. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell us where you are watching from. Tell us what you think this development means. When you hear that the U.S. House is now into the case of Martin Ghana, asking for his right to be respected. Tell us what you think this development means. Tell us what role the international community should play regarding human rights, due process, and justice. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, stay united, and continue working towards a better future. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every single one of you that have been with us on this program from the beginning to the end. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect you. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our supreme leader, Mazen Nandegam, shall prosper. And no weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazen Samaneko, shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again later in the evening. I'm going to come back again later in the day for another 1-hour program by the special guest of Skogan. Stay blessed and see you again